Rebecca Joynes, a respected English teacher at Willow Creek High School, found herself at the center of a storm. Accused of inappropriate relationships with two students, her life was upended. Joynes, known for her dedication and passion for literature, now faced scrutiny and judgment. The allegations sent shockwaves through the school and the community. Parents were outraged, students confused, and colleagues stunned. Joynes, once a beloved figure, became a symbol of betrayal and broken trust. The weight of the accusations threatened to crush her spirit. The once vibrant classroom now felt like a courtroom, with every word and action under intense scrutiny. Joynes' defense team sought to portray her as a vulnerable woman, grappling with the aftermath of a painful breakup. They argued that her loneliness and emotional fragility made her susceptible to misinterpretations of her actions. Joynes, in her testimony, spoke of her deep sense of isolation after her fiancé ended their engagement just months before the allegations surfaced. She described her struggle to cope with the heartbreak, her nights filled with insomnia, and her days clouded with sadness. Her lawyers emphasized that this emotional vulnerability did not equate to criminal intent. They painted a picture of a dedicated teacher who, in her efforts to connect with her students, may have inadvertently blurred the lines of appropriate conduct. They argued that her intentions were always pure, driven by a desire to support and mentor her students. Joynes, in her testimony, spoke of her passion for teaching and her deep commitment to her students' well-being. She described her efforts to create a welcoming and supportive classroom environment where students felt comfortable sharing their thoughts and feelings. The defense argued that these efforts, while perhaps misguided in hindsight, stemmed from a place of genuine care and concern. The prosecution presented a contrasting narrative, one that depicted Joynes as a predator who exploited her position of authority. They presented evidence of text messages and social media interactions that they argued demonstrated an inappropriate level of intimacy between Joynes and the two students. One message, displayed prominently in the courtroom, read, "You're the only one who truly understands me." The prosecution argued that this message, along with others, revealed a pattern of emotional dependence and manipulation. They called witnesses who testified to Joynes' alleged favoritism towards the two students, claiming she granted them special privileges and spent an inordinate amount of time with them outside of class. The prosecution argued that Joynes' actions went beyond the bounds of professional conduct, creating an environment of secrecy and impropriety. They emphasized the power imbalance inherent in the teacher-student relationship, arguing that Joynes had abused her position of authority. The prosecution sought to dismantle the defense's portrayal of Joynes as a lonely and vulnerable woman, instead presenting her as a calculating individual who had deliberately engaged in inappropriate relationships. The case reverberated far beyond the courtroom walls, sparking heated debates within the community. Some rallied behind Joynes, expressing disbelief at the accusations and praising her past contributions as a teacher. They pointed to her years of dedicated service, her positive impact on countless students, and her reputation as a caring and compassionate educator. They argued that the accusations were a gross mischaracterization of her character and a devastating blow to a valued member of the community. Others expressed outrage and anger, condemning Joynes' alleged actions and calling for her to be held accountable. They argued that the accusations, if true, represented a profound breach of trust and a violation of the sanctity of the teacher-student relationship. They expressed concern for the well-being of the students involved, emphasizing the potential for lasting emotional harm. The case ignited conversations about the importance of clear boundaries in educational settings and the need for heightened awareness of potential abuses of power. The community grappled with the complexities of the case, wrestling with questions of guilt, innocence, and the lasting impact of such accusations. As the trial progressed, the courtroom became a stage for a clash of narratives, with each side vying to control the narrative and sway the jury. The prosecution meticulously presented its case, highlighting the alleged evidence of inappropriate behavior and emphasizing the seriousness of the charges. The defense countered with emotional appeals, portraying Joynes as a victim of circumstance and highlighting her past good deeds. The jury, tasked with sifting through the conflicting accounts, faced a daunting challenge. The trial, a microcosm of the larger societal debate, exposed the complexities of human relationships and the challenges of navigating the gray areas of human behavior. The case raised uncomfortable questions about the nature of trust, the boundaries of professional conduct, and the lasting consequences of accusations. The trial was not merely a legal proceeding. It was a public examination of character, a test of loyalty, and a reflection of societal anxieties. As the trial continued, the community watched, waited, and wondered how the scales of justice would ultimately tip. The case of Rebecca Joynes transcended the confines of a courtroom drama, becoming a stark reminder of the fragility of reputation and the enduring power of accusations. It served as a cautionary tale about the complexities of human relationships, the importance of clear boundaries, and the devastating consequences of transgressions. The trial, still ongoing, left a community grappling with questions of guilt and innocence, truth and perception, and the lasting impact of such a public ordeal. The case invited introspection, prompting individuals to reflect on their own biases, their judgments of others, and their understanding of the human condition. It served as a reminder that behind the headlines and courtroom battles lie complex human stories, fraught with emotion, vulnerability, and the weight of consequence. The case of Rebecca Joynes, a story still unfolding, challenged us to look beyond the surface and confront the uncomfortable truths about ourselves and the world we inhabit.